This is Maka 10. Coming to you. Maka 10 broadcasting.
Turn often resorted to violent
810
extremes to protect
broadcasting system.
A CBS News report nearly 3 decades ago exposed one brutal government tactic, leading to the prompt expulsion of correspondent Alan Pizzi and 2 other CBS News employees. The report provoked outrage around the world. Alan Pizzi tonight looks back on the Trojan horse.
Nothing will happen here if you people leave.
You people were the foreign press. The white South African regime often accused the media of instigating the violence that was filmed when I was reporting from the country in 1985. But on October 15th of that year, 2 CBS News camera crews would capture a police operation which no one except the perpetrators could possibly have known about in advance.
It's a bit dodgy, no?
When cameraman Chris Everson and soundman Nick Delacaza arrived in Thornton Road, in a mixed-race suburb outside Cape Town, there was no more violence than usual. But it would escalate into an event that many said did more damage to the South African regime's international image than all the other coverage combined.
There was a bunch of kids standing on a street corner, probably about 30 strong. Clearly there had been some incidents already. There were signs that vehicles had been stoned. There was glass on the street. And not wanting to be part of the scene, we set ourselves well back from it.
Just up the road, but out of sight, CBS cameraman Tim DeFoss and sound recordist Anton van Merwe, no strangers to police harassment, arrived on the scene.
It wasn't violent at that point when I arrived there, but I could see the rocks in their hands. I wasn't that far away from them.
But
I
the
thought,
programming,
there comes trouble.
Chris Everson had the same gut feeling.
It was a flatbed vehicle.
Programming doesn't have it set up
boxes
that
in
way.
the back. And I filmed the truck as it went down the road away from towards the group of kids on the corner.
Then the truck turned around and came back.
As it approached the kids, 3 or 4 stones hit the
What
windshield.
reasons?
And as they did so, there were several policemen in the back
We're afraid of each other.
hiding in boxes, and
We
they
are
popped
upset
up.
with each other. We want something the others have. We want to prove
One
something.
stunned youngster froze and watched the
We
horror
want to
unfold.
intimidate others.
Back in 1985, we had no idea that the police had labeled their operation Ghost Vehicle. When I wrote the story that day, I called it a deadly Trojan horse.
So we use terror.
3 kids were killed, the youngest was 11 years old, and 12 were injured, among them 2 children who were hit in their own homes.
The strange thing was, at the
African-blooded
time,
people.
we didn't even realize the importance of what we
That's
just
as
photographed.
African as we are.
And neither did the police. When they finally forced the camera crews to leave the area, they failed to confiscate the videotapes,
No
and the
one wants
damage
to
was
admit
done.
things anymore.
Of course, it was one of
So
those
this
very
won't be
ugly,
a popular video.
events that did
What's
us
the
a lot
problem
of
with
harm.
America?
At the time, Roloff Pigbutta was the South African foreign
What did we
minister.
learn?
It was extremely harmful
How
to
to
us
act
in
like
foreign affairs
animals.
because that
When did we
increased
become the most powerful
the
beast?
negative reaction overseas,
I have
affected
images of
the
lions
expanding economic sanctions
in
against
this
South
particular
Africa.
video.
Worldwide condemnation of South Africa was almost immediate, and so was the white government's reaction. Within days of the shooting, the
This
state
one
of
is the
emergency
Lion
was
of Judah,
expanded.
represented
Journalists were prohibited
by
from
the
filming any
Babylonians.
incident of police
Notice
violence under the threat of 10 years of imprisonment.
Puking
What
out
was
his
new about
guts
this event was that there was a camera.
with a spear.
These events, these killings, this
Right there.
police brutality, this happened all the time in South Africa.
Thornton Road today is a far cry from what it was like 28
This is
years
our
ago,
American dream.
except for a steel memorial,
The
a
lion.
grim reminder of the day 3 young
Slave.
South Africans were gunned down from that
Ride the
deadly
eagle.
Trojan horse. Alan Pizzi, CBS News, Johannesburg.
So let's get back to our situation. Tonight, I
South
lost
African police resorted to
more of my
shotguns in
future.
the Johannesburg township of Kagiso
In the
today
life
trying to separate supporters of the ANC and the Zulu group in Kata.
Not 20 years
old. It was
old.
the 11th day of fighting, and with more than 500 dead, the government stepped in.
To ride or die with
Returning to
his
the police
crew.
many of the
Stand
powers
up
they
and
had
fly
under
with
the
his
state
crew.
of emergency
Tell
lifted
no
just
lies
2
with his
months
crew.
ago.
Now he lies
Law and
dead.
Order Minister
his
Adrian
crew.
Klock announced the powers would be effective in 27
This sounds honorable, but this did not produce no future for this man or his family. His parents are too old to have another child.
Few days, the government says it will drastically
They wanted
increase
him
the
to be
police
best.
and army presence in the townships.
That America
They've also
could
been granted a
produce.
wide immunity from prosecution, in powers that will remain in force for at least 3 months.
Be
That's
that,
where
or maybe he was
I
that.
think plus minus 8 people would
I
be
would
that.
almost
But
argue
the most guy who
that
was
we are
known
the best.
quickly, it
That
was a
America
soldier from
produced.
Queenstown called Mokawan.
We produce people that don't have security
He was coming from
in our
Queenstown.
families.
In another
We don't
one,
have security out here in the workforce. Maybe we can go and join the armed forces and serve our country in terrorizing the rest of the world as its police state. Even then, when we get home, we're supplied with a small stipend to survive or not to survive.
Tuesday dawn, the death toll was
Put
almost
back
10.
on the
The battle was
streets
now at its height.
to fend
The
for
Duncan villagers were with
ourselves.
sticks and stones and burning
This is
barricades
not just a black
against the
problem
tanks and guns of the security
in
forces.
America. This is a problem that many low-class, middle-class people have. High-class people, you don't have this problem. You have privileges that extend beyond your ethnic original issues. So if you're white man, poor white man, your children are being shot and arrested. If you're a poor white man, you've probably been arrested. You also are ignorant because education isn't provided to the lower class people of any ethnic group. Middle class people, I love you. I'm from you. I'm from you. I love you. Don't mean we have it better than the low class people because we're conditioned to consume, only go and buy. And if anybody in our family cannot fulfill their destiny as consumers, we look down on them because they can't purchase, so they must not be able to survive. Some would say I'm talking against capitalism, or some would say I'm speaking in a socialistic manner. Humanitarianism. So all I'm going to say tonight is the success that people go out and destroy themselves is a functional system that works. And this might depress and upset you while you're a participant of it, while you don't have a complete understanding of it, while you actually deal with it. There's change, but you don't hear me. So my face is covered today. And my skin will look good tomorrow. Black lives matter. Do they matter to you? All lives matter. As an American, is that a real statement that you can live behind? Does your tax dollar kill people in in other parts of the world. And you have to sit at home pretending that that's okay. There's something fake that's happening here. And we need to realize that. You have pleasant existence.
Ain't no more peace. Ain't no more peace. Because we cannot cohabit with white people. One of us has to go. Black or white. We all gotta go.
At one point, a few officers
Easy
to
now.
leave, and the crowd smashed the windows and sides of a squad car.
They got
They set another police car
the
on
data.
After night fell, blacks decided to loot a nearby gas station. Here is
They're making the story. What story are you making? What story are you making? What story? You ain't got nothing, so every time this is the story. This is what the story looked like. Black Lives Matter.
Then they set fire to the gas station. The police did not move in force to stop them because that might have riled them up.
Y'all have an interesting night.
Sometimes gunfire kept fire trucks from the scene. One fireman had to go to the hospital after he was hit with a brick. Here are police holding their ground while a car burns